What do you call a duck that steals? You call it a robber ducky. My name is Victor Ashley, and I'm with Skyline Properties out of Seattle, Washington. You could reach me directly at 425-559-4590. Please like, subscribe, or follow. Really appreciate it. Um, the channel's growing, so I just wanted to take a quick moment and say thank you. We're at 38 subscribers. I'm getting some views, and I just want to be thankful just to say, hey, today is a special request because somebody that actually watches my videos she reached out to me and asked me to do a review on a zip code that I actually track for everybody. So this is the Queen Anne area of Seattle. This is on the northern side, just below Ballard. And then this is the 98119 zip code in particular. So a couple of things that I noticed about this area when I was putting the data together. So HOAs are a little high, so that we're going to have an issue with HOAs eating into our buying power. And then also I noticed that there's a lot of condos or townhomes. So I just wanted to give just an idea of what is actually out there in the price range for this person. And if that is something similar to you, then I'll be happy to answer this for you. So I got it all loaded here a little earlier. Let me share my screen. And again, what I try to do is I try to actually cover a little bit more than just, hey, here's some nice houses, here's something to look at, and let's get you in a house kind of thing. What I try to do is I actually try to educate and see something that works for the price range for people and what they actually need. So in particular, what I found when I went into the MLS, that's right here, I take all that information and I put it over on this spreadsheet. I remove the duplicates, and then I sort them by a price per square foot. So we get an idea of which one's a good buy and which one's not. Okay. And then what I have down here, I'm not sure if you can see it or not. I'm still trying to figure out where to put my face in these presentations. But our average is our average theoretical home that's on the market for under $1 million is $560,000. It's approximately been on the market for 48 days, 2 beds, 1.5 bath, and then about 1,000 square feet. That's pretty standard for a condo or a townhouse. Also, our average price per square foot is $552 per square foot, just so you have an idea of what we're looking at. There's some on the high end, some on the low end, but I just wanted to go over that directly with you so you have an idea of what we're actually working with. So let's actually go into this and see how much you have to make to afford that house theoretically. And again, the reason why I don't do the $1 million homes on this is I want everybody to know that these are obtainable based on your own situation, your own financials. And this is something that's really personal to me because, you know, I'm a renter. I live literally in this neighborhood and I want to buy eventually. And I want you guys to know that it is available for you. But one of my goals is to help people that are like me know that they can actually buy and find a good deal for them. So our average, like I said, was about $560,000 is your purchase price. Now, to actually afford that and be approved for a loan, you're going to have to be making about $165,000 household adjusted income. Okay, so that 1 or 2 people in the household. Monthly debts under $250 a month, and that can change. Again, these are just me throwing numbers into a calculator for you. And then bring in a down payment of around $35,000. So the $35,000, that's because it's 5%. And to be in a conventional, you need at least 5% of a loan. So it's going to be a varying amount, but I just stuck with about a little over 5%, just so we have like a buffer zone. I'm hearing a lot on the interest rates right now. Interest rates more than likely are not going to go down. Just in the last year, the interest rates have doubled. So our interest rates right now are at the very end of the 6s up to the 7s right now. I am quoting people as 7.2, but at the same time, I'm not a mortgage guy. I want to just take an aggregate. The aggregate that I'm finding is of 7.2-ish. And it really depends on your credit scenario, your debt load, and everything like that. So if you need a mortgage person just reach out to me and I'll get you hooked up with a couple of people I work with, and we'll be able to get you approved. Okay. So to afford the theoretical 560 house, we're going to be needing, again, to recap, 165, about a $35,000 income, $35,000 down payment, and a credit score above 700. Well, the average capita, because I did the research on this based on the Census Bureau, this average capita in this area, so this is the average person, what they actually make, when they take everybody involved, renters, everybody, the average is actually 106,000 for a household yearly. So if we take those same numbers again and we put them into the calculator, what we come out with was roughly about 360. Now we're going to have FHA available, some sort of down payment assistance. FHA, you could get down to 3%. VA, you're going to be able to do a 0%, and depending on what it is. But I just want to give you an idea of what the average area person, the average person in the area can actually afford, and then also what approximately you need to be making to afford the average house that's available in this area. Okay, so this one's actually pretty close to each other. I saw one in Linwood that was about a couple of times more, and it was kind of interesting. So I just want to get into this. Let's just get started for the sake of time. Everybody tells me these are pretty long, so I want to make sure that I keep these succinct. So the first one I'm going to show you is something that's a little bit on the high end. Okay, I just want to point this out for you, just so everybody knows exactly what is out there. So number 15, this is if you want that house. Okay, you want a house, single family house, you don't want an HOA. This is what's available out there for you. It's on the smaller side. It's 981 square feet. This is a small house. 2 beds, 2 1/4 bath. And right now it's sitting at about $800,000 on market. And this is 37 days currently on the market, so just over a month. Give you an idea on this, this comes out to $815 a square foot. Okay, this is on the very, very high side on your price per square foot based on our analogy and our analysis, because our price per square foot is $552. Okay, so this is almost $250 more. So this is about 1.5 times more to buy this single family house. Now, there is one in here that I'm not going to point out to you, but it's over 118 years old, and it's on the low end, and it comes out to $339 per square foot. Now, again, you're going to need a super large amount of work and capital and money and time to actually live in that house. So I just don't want to actually go over it with you. But let's show you one that is actually right about average. Just a little bit below our average for the sake of time. So number 11. And I just lost my place. There we go. Okay, number 11. This is, again, where we're getting into things are on the market for a while. Our average is 48 days. This is 31 days on market. So 3 beds, 1 bath, 1,300 square feet, 31 days on market. Originally priced at $750. Now it's at $685. That brings our price per square foot down to $526, and that's about $25 under our average for this area. So this looks like a house. Oh wait, and actually this one's old also. So let's get into this one. So let's figure out where to put my face right now for everybody. But this one is a little old. This one's built in 1904. It has a sunroom on the outside here. All right, we're getting into that. So the thing with these houses that are a little older, if they haven't been kept up, you're going to have a serious amount of work to be done in them. But this one looks like it's been at least repaired or kept up. All the carpet is new in here, obviously. There's still some wood panels on the wall. You don't see a lot of that. And then you also don't see trim of this level. Usually trim levels aren't like that on the molding. But just to give you an idea that this is another single family house that's out there that is still available and it's in our price range, and it's approximately what we would say is a decent buy. Okay. All right. And the kitchen's going to need a serious update. It's tiled everything. This is big in the 80s. There's the 70s. It's just not something that actually gets used a lot. Washer dryer is in the basement usually. And let's look at this. And it's on about 1/10 of an acre. One of my shorts I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go on how big is an acre. I haven't done that yet, but I just wanted to give you an idea of some content that's coming. All right, let's go to number 12. Number 12 is a townhouse out here. Now let's go over the HOAs. HOAs for a townhouse of this size, this one's $1,000 a month. What that means is this becomes a committed amount in your mortgage, okay? Think of it as a debt. So when we go back to our mortgage calculator here, 165,000, you're in the price range to buy. Okay, so 749. Let's use this. Let's get us up to that. So let's put a 2 here, and let's put a 0 here. Okay, so if you're making approximately $225,000, and you come in here and you say, hey, I have a pre-approval letter for $750,000 to buy this house, and then I go show it to you. One thing that I would point out to you is like, hey, HOA dues are $1,000 a month. Let's get an idea of what that actually does by adding $1,000 to your calculator. And let's do that right now. That actually just brought down your purchase cost, your purchase power by $100,000. So it's very important to know your purchase power and with your HOAs, what you can actually afford. Because you come to me, you say, Victor, I have a pre-approval letter of $750,000. I put you in a townhouse that has $1,000 HOA. That's going to seriously impact your buying power to actually close on the loan. So that's something that I wanted to point out for you. Let's go back into the house. It's gorgeous. It's only been on for 16 days. Well, they say it's gorgeous. We don't know yet. We haven't looked at the photos yet. But here we go. 2 beds, 2 1/4 bath, 1,500 square feet. And again, this is a townhouse, so there's no lawn or anything. But inside, high ceilings, very tall windows, finishes, very clean, very modern looking. I believe this was, let's take a look at this. This was built back in 2002. So they've done a good job of keeping it updated, but very modern. I do like the track lighting in there. Very open. And just for the most part, the majority of people are going to like this or actually be turned on by this kind of house. What I'm seeing, the reason why it might be on the market for a little bit, because it is below the price per square foot, is the HOA dues are so high and the interest rates keep on changing. All right, so let's go into our final one actually for today. That's number 14. And number 14, it's again, very tall ceilings, very big open windows. But the difference about this one, and the reason why I'm pointing this out, is because I'm going to be here this weekend. On Saturday, I'll be here. This is 2 blocks from my house. I wanted to take a look at it and do an open house in the area and see if I meet any of you. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2 3/4 bath. So one of the baths more than likely doesn't have a tub in it. But 3 beds, 2 1/4 bath, 1,800 square feet. And this has been on the market for 44 days. Okay. So based on it, I want to get my own personal opinion when I actually go into it too, but you can actually take a look at this one this weekend. So if you have any questions, you can reach me directly at 425-559-4590, or please like, subscribe, comment, follow, and I'll be able to answer those questions. So in recap, it's really dependent on what your purchase power is in this area. As we already went over, the price per capita is pretty close to actually what the houses are in this area. But the big thing to remember is your HOAs are going to affect your purchasing power. Thank you very much. My name is Victor Ashley with Skyline Properties. It was a pleasure working with you today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.